cool. So I just wanted to take you through this one. A new track that I've done with Substance, forthcoming on the overview at some point. I think a lot of you wanted to see just how to structure a track. Get past that like 16 bar loop thing. Essentially the track is just like a 16 32 bar loop. But I've kind of got a lot of these elements coming in at specific points to kind of make it feel less loopy. I think when it comes to structuring, you kind of just want to know what you're trying to structure. So if it's going to be like a dance music track or like a drum and bass track or whatever, you're going to want it to be in like certain specific sections. I kind of like to stick to like 4 sets of 16 and then kind of like a cool down section. But you can kind of experiment and just do whatever you feel, really. It doesn't have to stick to any certain structure. But I think it's important to know that if you want DJs to play it, you're going to want it to be like a certain structure. I think once you get the head around that, you can kind of understand and play with these structures a bit more. But yeah, essentially, this one was just like a 16 bar loop. And then throughout it, I filtered drums at the end of 16s. Added like a bit of this Endless Smile plugin. Just kind of like added... oh, that's not supposed to be like that. Yeah, just added a little bit of... filtering and reverb at the end, just to give a bit of like just sonic interest basically throughout the 16s. So yeah, that kind of thing. And then just kind of adding and taking away elements is the most important thing. After the first 16, I've added a bit like a shaker, kind of like a tappy perk thing, I guess. That kind of adds to give a bit more energy. Carry that on for a bit, and then it comes to 97. I've just kind of like let it drop a bit, and then into this like cool down section. If you're struggling, say you've just got like a 16, and you're like, oh, I don't know how to structure this, or move past this point, you can always just literally copy it over. So copy it over to 4 sections, and then kind of just work in these little subdivisions, adding like edits, just sonic bits of interest to keep it moving basically. Like for example, in the second 16, I've just kind of got these effects bits that I added. They're not majorly in your face, but they're just kind of adding a bit of difference, to the previous section. Just like work together, I guess. Like you've got this reverse vocal halfway through at the end of the 8. bass kind of like full filtered, and then in this little cool down section I guess it's just kind of filtered down. You know, really simple stuff, but it just kind of like keeps the sonic interest in the track and helps to keep things moving really. Yeah, and this little cool down section, you know, I'm fading out the ride, taking out some high end. But yeah, generally, if you're making drum and bass, you kind of want, this should really be at the beginning, but this is where I put the stems. But yeah, you kind of want it to be dropping around here, or here, or here. But you can play with that, you know. It can be longer, it can be shorter. But if you're making music, you know, aimed at DJs to be playing it, you want it to be these certain structures. But yeah, I recommend, you know, just finding tracks you think you like the structure of and just kind of emulating them, or, you know, taking inspiration from them. So yeah, ultimately this track's very simple. It's literally just got a few sections, but yeah, I hope you gain some insight for this, and big up for supporting.